All right, we are live on Dodgers Digest right here on the Monday morning live stream. Hopefully, everybody's having a great day today. Of course, Dodgers got a big sweep of the Padres yesterday. How you doing today, Brad?
Oh man, super good. How could you not be doing good after those 3 games, man?
Yeah, I mean it was crazy. I mean it was this the way the week started with the Dodgers getting swept by the Angels. You didn't expect. At least I was. I mean, I know you
Yeah,
predicted it, but I was surprised the Dodgers
yeah.
went out and swept San Diego the way they did.
Well, I mean, you still got to look at like if you look at yesterday's game. Of course, the Dodgers came out with the win, Mookie clutch at the end, but they still got out hit by the Padres. So they won that game, with some bombs, and so you can't always count on the long ball. So that makes me a little nervous after the whole thing. But here's the deal. Padre fans, like you saw the viewer mail and the stuff that was coming in from
Yeah,
people when the Dodgers got swept.
yeah.
People were hammering and saying Padres are going to walk away. A dude told me he's going to Vegas to put all his money on the Padres.
Yeah.
The Dodgers aren't even going to go to the postseason. This, that, and the other. And you look at what everyone said, and it's like, how could you discredit one of the best teams in baseball and just not even count them just because they had a bad few games? That's going to happen in baseball. Dodgers had a bad few games. Yes, it sucks that they got swept by the Angels twice in the season. I hate to bring it up, but you know what? All that is said and done. I mean, that'll end up being the Angels' bragging rights when the Dodgers win the World Series. Hey, but we swept them.
Went
We
6 and
swept them
0.
twice in the season. Yeah, we swept them in the season. Okay, great, man. Here's your participation trophy.
Yeah, 11 years without going to the playoffs, right? I mean, that's basically another year the Angels won't be going to the playoffs. It seems like we have a lot of San Diego Padre fans always watching this channel, which is kind of funny because, man, remember last week we were getting all these comments and. I mean, it's pretty great. I mean, I like it. I mean, I don't care who's watching it,
Yeah,
but I mean, it's like we got a lot of. Seems like the Padres fans get a bit loud every time the Dodgers lose some games, but then when the big
yeah,
games come, they always choke. I mean, the
yeah,
Padres basically choked this weekend. They had a huge
yeah,
opportunity to really put the Dodgers in a bad situation. Had a game lead going into the series. They could be up 4 games right now, and the Dodgers are up 2. I mean, that's
yeah.
incredible.
I just think the Dodgers, they're not going to roll over. And that's when it came down to. It's like you look at the team on paper once again, you look at the team assembled, you look at the all stars in the lineup, you look at all that. And when a team does bad for a few games, you still got to look at the guys that are on that team and they can snap out of it at any moment. It's just that's how it works in baseball. It's a marathon, it's not a sprint. You're going to have your down days. I mean, you're not going to have a whole down season like Conforto, but you know what I mean? It's like some days are good, some days are bad. And I like Mookie's approach. Here's what Mookie has said is this is going to be the worst stat season of his life, right? The worst he's ever done playing in Major League Baseball. Never worse than this. But he's given up on that and doesn't look at it that way. Now he looks at how can I contribute every single night to the W? Is it a walk on base and then, I score a run? Is it a sacrifice fly? Is it a base hit? Is it a walk off home run? Whatever the case may be, he's knowing that he's got to play each at bat, each game, each series, and throw the stats out the windows. And he said that in plenty of interviews as of recent. He's already admitted to that. And I'll tell you a guy who needs to do the same thing, Conforto. Obviously, this is his worst ever year in Major League Baseball. He needs to take the same approach as Mookie. Throw out the stats. How can you help us tonight? How can you help us get the victory now?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what Mookie Betts has done because he's had a lot of the
Yeah,
last few weeks. He's had a couple big moments, clutch moments. Yesterday, I mean, giving the Dodgers the W. The Dodgers offense completely shut down after the first inning. I mean, the first inning took a 4-0 lead, and then they completely just disappeared for the majority of the
yeah,
game, which was concerning. But
yeah,
at the end of the day, the Dodgers have, think about it. The Dodgers just have players that other teams don't have. I mean, the San Diego Padres just don't have a
exactly.
Mookie Betts. They don't have a Shohei Ohtani. They don't have a Freddie Freeman. And that's why the Dodgers swept San Diego. I think that's what it comes down to, really, in the end. The star
Yeah,
power.
yeah. If it's not one guy, it's the other. And it's like, okay, you got through Otani. Okay, that's great. Well, you got Betts coming up. Then you got Freddie. Then you got Will Smith. It's like it's not like, hey, I'm gonna just go ahead and put this guy on base and just gonna pitch to the rest of it. You got someone who's always gonna come up with the Dodgers at pretty much any point who can do some damage. And that's when the Dodgers are firing in all cylinders and not struggling offensively. All those guys can hit, and all those guys can to get victories too as well. So the Dodgers just have to put it together, and that was a key sweep to get done. And then think about it. Now you go to Colorado, who's like, how many games are they back, Mike? What is it, like 40 games?
Yeah, it's crazy.
38 games. Yeah,
it's nuts.
So you can't lose to Colorado. That's your opportunity now. Like I was saying, the other day, it's a 40-game season. So what is it now, a 38-game season or something like that? And you have to play it that way, and you need to take the series against Colorado. It's a 4-game series. You got to take 3 or 4 no matter what, and you should sweep them.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the Dodgers really got to get these wins. I mean, it's still close, right? It's only a 2-game lead. They lose these games, and they got to play San Diego again next weekend. This time down at Petco Park, which is going to be interesting to watch as well. But yeah, I mean, I think the Dodgers, you got to feel confident the way they got these wins. They could build on that, right? I mean, we have seen the Dodgers go into inconsistent runs, though, of course, this season, right? There's been like times where they play good and then they just get swept. But I mean, I just don't. We can't forecast that against the Rockies, right? I mean, the Rockies are pretty bad this year. Yeah,
and you need to beat the bad teams. When you have, so many games against sub 500 teams, it's like you got to win those games, and especially if it's going to come clutch. And you need to make the Padres. The Padres need to be going for the wild card and not be trying to go for to get the division. There's no way that's going to happen if the Dodgers play their game. And that's what the Dodgers got to do. You got to take 3. You got Yamamoto on the mound tonight. Sheehan on the mound tomorrow. Shohei after that. And then Kershaw, conveniently, the last game against Colorado before they go to Petco.
You imagine when Blake Snell pitches in San Diego? It's going to be crazy.
Oh, he's going to lead it off, dude. the way this schedule's going, mark my words, here is your starting lineup. Here's your pitchers for the 3 games coming in San Diego after the 4 games against Colorado. You're going to have Snell, then you're going to have Glasnow, then you're going to have Yamamoto. Those are going to be your 3 guys.
I mean, I just can't wait to see Blake Snell playing in San Diego because I know San Diego fans are really, they're not happy about Blake Snell, right? I mean, come on, he basically dumped them 2 years ago, and he didn't get a chance to pitch again in San Francisco. That would have been interesting as well. I'm not sure. They're still going to San Francisco later this year, right? So maybe we'll see Blake pitch at the AT&T. So those are going to be fun games because we know those 2 fan bases really can't stand Blake Snell.
No, and this is from Cali. He goes, Madres fans, El Pollo Loco.
I think that's a good observation.
And hey, honestly, it's like, but you made up a good point too as well. It's like, dude, we haven't heard from Padre fans the whole season. Like maybe once in a while, then all of a sudden, when the Dodgers stumble and lose 3 of the Angels,
and they all start showing up. Yeah.
There was like 20 emails in there going, what messages?
But yeah, Padres going to win the World Series, and Dodgers are missing the playoffs. Yeah, it was funny, man.
And then now it's like
it's quiet. Yeah.
Crickets? Are those crickets I hear? Like,
I mean, because think about No, I mean, come on. The Padres are an absolute joke. Come on. I mean, they can't win the big games. I mean, the Dodgers are not even playing their best right now. That's what makes this whole thing laughable because the Dodgers are not even playing their best baseball. They're not.
And then when do they turn it on? Here's the funny part about this is, with baseball because baseball is streaky. You go through these streaks, and the Dodgers have not fired off solid offensively. I think early in the season, first couple of months, I think that was, but look, they really haven't shown what they really are capable of. And wow, as we get towards the end of the season, they could be showing it at the right time. That is why I keep talking about, I keep yapping, perfect storm. And I mean that for a reason because guys are coming back. You heard me talking about that crap for so long, and it's finally coming through. Best starting pitching in baseball right now.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that's the way I feel. But that's the way I'm not sorry. That's the way I feel.
No, I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry.
Yeah, I'm not sorry.
Yeah, I mean the Dodgers have all the pitchers coming back, which is the best. It's that's what you want this time of year. Everybody's getting healthy. Of course, Roki Sasaki still not back yet. But do you have an update though on a lot of injuries? Right? Why don't we talk about that now, Brad?
Yeah, let's break down the injury report. I've been looking and just doing the work on the transactions injuries. So here it is. I got a bunch of them for you right now. Kike rehab OKC this week. So he's going to get his first rehab assignment to play in OKC this week. Also, Hae-Sung Kim, same deal for him. So both Kike and Kim are going to be in OKC this week, get their first rehab. Michael Kopech, second outing, 16th. He threw 24 pitches, so he'll get another one for sure. Kirby Yates, assignment for OKC tomorrow. Same deal with Tanner Scott tomorrow as well. They're going to get their assignment on it. It'll either be tomorrow or the day after. Max Muncy's question mark, bro. I don't know about this. I think that oblique strain is pretty gnarly, and I think that he's going to be out a lot longer. That's why we're getting guys like Buddy Kennedy and, the stuff that's going on with the Dodgers replacing that third base, because it does not look good. They say September. Could be late September, but then again, that could be in perfect time for postseason too as well. So if we got to not have him till then, we got to hopefully find a solid replacement. Sasaki, they have not announced his second OKC start yet. 41 pitches in his last one. He's had one so far. Wasn't not super effective. Tommy Edman, they say September. They really want to watch that ankle get better and be fully healed before they send Tommy out there. And he's a scrappy player. You need that ankle to be solid. So there's your injury report. Dodgers Digest.
Yeah, I mean, we got the Dodgers have like a lot of those guys are going to be coming back, which is obviously great news because the Dodgers have had way too many injuries this year. But it seems like they're going to be at say 85, 90% come September. But yeah, the Max Muncy injury is super important. But I really like what Alex Freeland's doing there at third base. I mean, defensively, sure there's been a few mistakes, but at the same time he's also shown I think a lot of promise, right? I mean, I think Alex Freeland. I didn't get a really chance to watch him. I know a lot of fans brought Freeland up for months, saying call him up, and they finally did. And I think he's been. I don't know, what do you think about Alex Freeland, Brad? I think he's been pretty good.
I like him, dude. I like him. I think he's got a little bit of Manny Machado style too over there when he plays third. Like he's made some foul line to foul line like defensive plays and thrown guys out. Like he's definitely done good. You want to see that bat step up, but I like him. As far as I feel his mobility, obviously he's going to be better no matter what than Max for sure. So I think his mobility gives him that. And I think he's a baller at that spot, and he can play any position in the infield. So I like it what he's doing. I just want to see him hit it a little bit more, get on base. You don't got to hit home runs, just line drives, swing through the ball, and just get on base and set the table.
Yeah, I mean, basically showing that Dodgers farm system again. I mean, the farm system always coming through with really great talent coming up. And, I mean, the Dodgers have the best in baseball. Come on, don't get me wrong when it comes to the farm system.
That's what I was going to say, too. Dodgers have the best in baseball. Yep, exactly.
We got a lot of comments, though. A lot of people are commenting this morning.
Yeah, read some of these because I wanted to give you some Kershaw news that you'd like to hear.
All right. We got Steven saying Dodgers going 6-0 this year so far against the Rockies. So, obviously, got to hope for another sweep here. Colley's saying freaking Giants better not get swept. I think San Diego's playing the Giants, right? Again?
Yes,
that's
they
right.
are.
Last week getting swept.
This is where you start rooting for Giants to win games.
I was rooting for the Giants last week. I was. I don't care.
I'll watch those games for they'll lose. Yeah. I'll watch those games.
Oh, this is a good comment here from Steven saying, Padres talk crap, but they can't back it up. I mean, I think that's true, right? I mean, team that's never won the World Series trying to compare themselves to the Dodgers is ridiculous.
Yeah, you come out here like, look, you and I, we come out here and do a show.
Yeah.
Like after we get swept by the Angels.
Yeah. All right, we'll give Brad a few seconds here to come back, but yeah, just going through to the comments. We also got Raider Man saying, "What's going on? Late to the party? How about that, Mook?" Yeah, I mean, Mookie Betts coming up big. Oh, Brad's back now. I think you're back.
Sorry, man.
Yeah, you're back. What were you saying?
The way how they don't come back at us. Like they'll send all these messages to you, and then when they get shown up, then they don't say nothing. It's like you and I are doing shows after getting swept by the Angels the very next day.
Yeah.
Like we'll take it on. Bring it on. What do you got to say? Let's talk.
I mean, we were doing it no matter what. I mean, that's the thing. When some teams, when they lose, they quietly just disappear you never hear from them again, right? I mean, that's basically the Padres fan base. And then, come on, this weekend, we know the majority of the fans at the stadium are going to be Dodger fans, right? Again. I mean, that's the thing. Dodger fans invading all stadiums, even Angel Stadium last week. It was like 80% Dodger fans. Remember when, what was it? I can't remember who hit a home run. It was like all Dodger fans, like up the first base line. It was like crazy. Everybody was standing up.
I went to a Cincinnati game in Cincinnati this year, and I felt like it seemed like it was almost half Dodger fans.
Yeah.
And that's an area that's, still they got a lot of fan base out there for the Reds. But
that's crazy. Even in Ohio.
More stuff. What else you got?
Yeah, we also got, Gary saying, I think Mookie Betts should go back to right field. I think they're just saying that because you said already he's not going back, man. I think they're just...
Come on, Gary. What the heck? They're not going to move him, man, unless they feel... Okay, so here's the way... Okay, all right, stop it. I'm not going to get all edgy on this. I've had a lot of coffee. Here's the deal on this. They're not going to move him unless his play is affecting the team on the field. Now, if his play is affecting the team, and some would say, he's getting some errors here. No, I mean really affecting the team, costing him 2 runs in a game or something like that, and continuing to be a detriment to the team, then they'll make that change. If he also becomes a detriment to himself, he's not hitting well because for some reason playing shortstop doesn't make him hit well, and he can hit better in right field. I'm not saying that's the case, but those are the only 2 reasons that they are going to take him off shortstop and move him to right field, especially right now too, as well.
Yeah, I don't think that's happening. I think Mookie Betts has had some good plays as well at shortstop. He's looked pretty good as well playing there. Of course, everybody, at the beginning of the year, I think a lot of people always see Mookie Betts as an outfielder, but I think he's done a very good job as of late. And, all the criticism Mookie Betts has gone is that's what I don't like. I think we got to kind of halt the Mookie Betts criticism here. I mean, the guy is stepping up. He won us a game again. And we got to just trust in Mookie, right? I think in the end of the day, we got to trust in Mookie that he's going to get the job done, in wherever he's playing. And also, batting. He's going to get the job done.
Bro, that's a T-shirt right there. Trust in Mookie.
That's what I'm talking about.
Dude, that should be a shirt right there.
Trust in Mookie. I like that, yeah.
Trust in Mookie right across the centerpiece with his number and name on the back. That would be epic. Yeah. Because the fact that he said what he said and said that, I'm not playing for stats. I understand that it's my worst season ever, but I'm going to help the team win. And you know what? That's great. That's all you want him to do. Get a timely walk, get on base a couple times, a hit here and there, knock in a run. You don't want to see him struggling and going 0 for 4, obviously. But, what he's doing now, and I think he's just accepting the year for what it is and just deciding that I'm going to take advantage of what I can, and he did that last night. And like I said before, I'll say it again, Conforto needs to adopt that same attitude right there and say, look, it's the worst season of my life. That's fine. But I'm going to help the team win, and I'm not going to go 0 for Forto.
No, but here's the thing.
I didn't make that up.
But here's the thing about Michael Conforto, though. I think it's hard for him to be like Mookie Betts. I mean, come on, he's not a World Series champion. It's hard to do what you're saying, Brad. I mean, to all of a sudden switch and say, I'm having a bad year, but I'm still going to, come a big. I mean, I think it's hard for him. I mean, Mookie Betts could do it because he's a different kind of player. But Conforto, I don't know. I still think the Dodgers, like we've been saying the last few weeks, I mean, it's starting to get, a lot of big strikeouts. With runners in scoring position, he's really struggled as well, which is not good at all. And I don't know. I think there's going to have to be somebody else eventually, that like the playoff roster when it comes down to the playoffs. That's the thing. Can we really trust in Conforto to start all those games in the NLDS? I mean, I think you're starting to get worried about that.
Yeah, that's why you want to get Kike back as soon as possible too, as well. I think the sooner Kike comes back, you got a utility guy who could do everything, like what Taylor used to be for the team, but Kike, Mr. October for sure. So he's got to come back. And I know, like you said, I don't think you can trust him to be that guy to go out there unless he does something incredible here the last 30 some odd games of the
Yeah.
season, and he plays over his head. But yeah, I mean, the stats are the stats. You got to move on from that, and you got to help the team win. But he did get that clutch 2 RBIs. What was it? Was that game 2 of that series?
Saturday.
Where he knocked in 2? Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, the team would have won even without that. You'd like to see him do that when it counts, like Mookie yesterday, tied up, bottom 8, boom, home run.
Yeah.
That's what you want to see Conforto come out to doing something like that.
He hasn't really done that, though, this year for the Dodgers. That's the thing. He hasn't really come up. I mean, think about last weekend, striking out with the bases loaded in a big moment there. And then the Dodgers, of course, end up losing that game. There's been a lot of games that, could have went a different way if Conforto would have done something, right? I mean, that's sadly how it's gone for the Dodgers.
Oh, yeah, we wouldn't be just 2 games in front of the Padres right now.
Yeah.
If Conforto contributed as a $17 million a year guy, is supposed to contribute in the outfield, and not harsh on him, you have bad years, okay? But just the numbers are the numbers. You don't want to, step around it or sidestep it. But, yeah, if you're not producing at that, you've got to figure something out. And you saw what he did when he knocked in the two RBIs the other day. You saw what Roberts did. He took his hat off and saluted Conforto.
Yeah.
Like, you don't see Roberts taking his hat off, saluting a player for getting a single and knocking in 2 RBIs.
Did you see Dave Roberts after the game yesterday? I mean, he looked like a whole pressure has been, taken off of him. Because he looked pretty stressed after that sweep of the Angels. But yesterday he looked really relieved. Because it was think about it. I mean, the Dodgers starting the week off 0-3. I mean, it was crazy.
You're under fire, dude. You are under fire. You lost to the Angels, a crosstown team. You lost to them 2 sweeps. I think it's 7 losses, isn't it?
No, 6-0. 6-0.
6-0.
Yeah.
Yeah, you lost to the Angels, and then you're going in and facing the Padres where you're about ready to lose the first place, which they did. I'm sure there was he didn't even come close to saying how much pressure was on his head. There was so much pressure on him on that to deliver. I'm sure. And I was thinking about it the other night going, they had a team meeting.
Yeah.
They had to have a team meeting to get together.
They had
because there's no way they can turn it around like that, without saying something, everybody getting together.
Yeah, because I think they had that off day on Thursday really helped out, to kind of recharge and get ready for a big series that was this past weekend, right? Because Friday, think about it, San Diego had a game lead. Dodgers had an opportunity to tie up the series, and that's exactly what they did. They got great pitching. In all 3 games, the starting pitching was on point, right? And I think that's we have. Clayton Kershaw really stepped up on Friday, right? I mean, that was a historical performance from Clayton for sure at Dodger Stadium.
Yeah, and I know it lines up so Kershaw does not pitch against San Diego in San Diego. I know it lines up that way, but you got to think that was on purpose. You're going to send Kershaw out there, but you don't want them to get too comfortable with him and send him out a second time in a week. So I see what Roberts kind of did with Kershaw there and not put him back out against the Padres. Stefan says temperature in Denver 90s this week.
Yeah, it's going to be hot.
Ball might fly. Yeah, it is supposed to be hot. They got that, hurricane kind of moving up, which is going to heat up the entire country.
Yeah.
Plus, Mookie's getting around. He good side for bat speed. Yep, he did have good bat speed. Roberts was crapping six on that. Yeah, for sure he was. There's no way he wasn't. The pressure was on him to deliver. He needed some victories, man. I mean, could you imagine if they would have lost the first game and then now you're -2 with 2 left? So the best you can do is tie it before you leave.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. I think it would have been the Dodgers. San Diego. I just think they had a big opportunity at San Diego this weekend because the Dodgers, like I said, are not playing their best right now. They're getting good starting pitching, but offensively, I still think they're not really firing on all cylinders, like you're saying, right? I just don't think the Dodgers are there yet. Are there right now?
They're not.
And that's what's surprising that they still swept San Diego despite that because San Diego had a lot of chances to win. Probably Saturday they were blown out, but Friday and Sunday they had their chances there to do their damage.
Yeah, they 100% had their chances, and I feel like it comes down to it's just like that. They're the little brother, man. They just can't go, yeah, we'll take you on. We're ready to go. Okay, that didn't really go that good. All right, we lost. All right, well, maybe we're not that good. Like
what happened to Manny Machado, man? Manny Machado had a terrible series.
He did have a terrible series.
I mean, he ended up. I mean, that Friday, the pop up on the first pitch with first and second, and then yesterday striking out at the end of the game.
That's what Mookie was doing, though.
Yeah.
Like, what, a month and a half ago?
Yeah.
That's exactly what Mookie was doing, swinging first pitch. Like, the bases loaded, 2 outs, like, down by 1. First pitch to pop fly. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
He was pressing. But you know what? I'm not hating on Manny as much as I used to. I think he's kind of maturing a little bit more. I mean,
I don't know, man. I still hate on Manny. And I think most Dodger fans do.
the stuff he said and the ridiculous things he said and the stuff he's done on the field, like purposely, that stuff he'll ever be tainted by that stuff.
Yeah.
But I think as he's getting older, he's learned his lesson on that, and you don't see him popping off as much anymore.
Yeah.
I think he's learning, like, it just haunts him because every time he goes up to bat at Dodger Stadium, it is so loud, the boo section for him. I don't know anyone who gets booed more. I mean, Barry Bonds back in the day probably got booed as much as
I think Jose Altuve gets booed a lot too.
Oh, yeah, Altuve for sure.
Yeah, he gets a lot of boos. But let's wait till next weekend, Brad, because I think there's going to be a lot of, the Padres are angry right now. And that's what I wonder. I mean, if the Dodgers sweep San Diego next week or win that series, we're going to probably see some heated moments between both teams. Because I think San Diego is pissed off right now. I mean, the players, I mean. They're angry right now, and we could see some, heated exchanges, I think, next weekend, which is going to make the series pretty fun.
You want to know how to really make them mad? You want to really know how to make the Padres mad? Just hit Tatis.
Yeah, that's it.
Hit him once in game 1.
That's it.
Oh, my gosh. It will set the tone. Right now, he already thinks the Dodgers throw it him more.
Yeah.
If you look at the numbers, he has hit probably more than, than any other Padre out there. He gets hit more. But then again, he crowds the plate too as well. So if you're going to try and claim your inside position, you're going to get hit more. But I'll tell you what, if they hit Tatis anytime in the first game or the first 2 games, there's going to be trouble on the field.
Yeah, and then we're going to see.
They've already talked about it.
Yeah, and then we're going to see Mike Schilt, Padres manager, jump out of the bench like he always does for like any little thing. I don't know what's up with that. I mean, that guy's like always jumping out of his dugout to like confront umpires, confront players. I mean, for any little thing. The guy is like, it's crazy.
Been bullied. I think he might have been bullied as a kid.
I think so because
I'm just saying. I'm not trying to defend.
I think so, man, because this guy, like, for any little thing, he's like jumps out of the dugout. It's like, okay, dude, like, I don't get it, man. It's like crazy,
I like what he did with. Didn't he say, "Who are you?"
Oh yeah, and then Pajes hits a home run to shut him up. Yeah, basically. Yeah, I think he knows who he is now, right?
Yeah, I think he has an idea who he is. Like,
yeah, it's crazy.
Look, Padre fans, if you're watching right now, this is a message to you guys right now. Okay.
You're never gonna win a World Series.
Yeah, you're not gonna win a World Series number 1. That's fine. Just get used to it. You can celebrate like the Mariners, and when they made it to, what was it, the AL.
When they win a division, yeah.
Yeah, when they win the division,
yeah.
Something like that.
San Diego can't even do that. They can't even win a division, so, yeah.
So just go for the wild card, man. Really look at that wild card number and see what you can do on that one. And, maybe
just be an Angel fan.
Yeah.
Come on, be an Angel fan. Jeez.
Or switch it up, exactly.
Yeah. Angel fans are cooler, to be honest. I think they're cooler Angel fans, to be honest.
Oh, man. Padre fans right now are not happy.
They're not happy right now, that's for sure, yeah.
All right, you want to read any of these things?
Yeah, we got, what is it, Craig saying, hi, guys, Mookie coming around. Yeah, I would say so. Mookie is finally coming around. Of course, he's having a great last few weeks. This is a good comment here from David saying the Dodgers lost 40 games this year because of a bad bullpen. That's a lot of games.
But, one of the worst bullpens in all baseball.
Yeah,
for sure.
That's crazy, man.
But I mean, how is it? It's not. Think about this. Think about a year ago, right?
Yeah.
Best bullpen in baseball. A year later, worst bullpen in baseball. A year ago, worst starters all injured. Worst starting lineup in baseball. The next year, the best. So it's just came full circle. We don't have the bullpen, but we're getting stronger. And look, Trinan's showing some stuff. Vesia showing up. Like, okay, I like that. I like seeing Vesia come in on 3 Red Bulls and just be fired up, like twitching and go, let's go, Vesia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, crazy. Yeah. Yesterday, talking about Vesia, he came up so big, right, for the Dodgers, right? Super important after what they were saying, 4 straight games, him giving up a run. And finally yesterday coming up and closing out the 8th inning jam, and then, of course, in the 9th inning as well. So got to commend Alex Vesia there for this performance yesterday.
Yeah, I heard from one of I don't know what pitcher was talking about it. I think it was Jack Dreyer was saying that in the bullpen that the Dodgers have a refrigerator full of Red Bull.
Wow.
And not everyone drinks it, but Vesia definitely hops up on about 2 or 3 Red Bulls before he gets called in.
I hope he's not drinking coffee too.
You see that guy come in fired up. What's Enrique? What's throwing 103 miles an hour?
Yeah.
What is going on with that guy?
Yeah.
Can he be our closer now?
I don't know. He's a little bit wild, I think.
Yeah.
He
looked good.
Yeah.
He sure looked good the other night.
He sure did. But I like Alex Vesia as a closer, Brad. I think if he figures it out, I want him to be the closer.
Yeah, we were saying that a while ago that he'd be the guy to be the closer.
Although, I mean, when Tanner Scott comes back, though, I just can't. Are the Dodgers really going to just push him off of that role, though? I mean, that's the thing. I mean, come on. That's the thing. Tanner Scott will be coming back soon. And you think the Dodgers will kind of demote him and just say, you're not going to be our closer anymore. That's going to be a big decision, I think, for the Dodgers front office and Dave Roberts.
Yeah, I mean, he's getting assignment. OKC, his assignment is to play tomorrow or the day after.
Yeah.
So he's going to get a start. So pay attention to see what he does. Yeah, but do you keep running him out there after what happened to us? I don't know. But then you got the same deal with Kirby Yates. He's coming back too.
Yeah.
And he could be back within 10 days or less.
Yeah. I really want to see Michael Kopech come back. I mean, guy was super clutch for the Dodgers last year.
Yeah, and he's already done 2 outings so far. So so he's had 2 outings and he's looking for another one before he comes up. So you got guys coming back. Sasaki, they've been very quiet about Sasaki after that last OKC start with 41 pitches. He had trouble getting guys out, and they have not said anything about a second start for him. So Dodgers have not updated anything on Sasaki as of yet.
We got what is it? Raider Man saying going to be angry homestand when they visit later this week. I guess he's talking about angry Padre fans next weekend, right?
Oh yeah, they are. They're going to be unhappy there. They're going to be unhappy, and if the Dodgers just, you know what you do? This is the message sending time. You got Snell, Glasnow, Yamamoto, those 3 in a row.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Good luck on that, Padres. Good luck on that.
Could be fun.
Good
Could
luck
be fun games.
Possibly scoring maybe in the 7th inning for the Padres, maybe the 8th.
Yeah, I mean, the Dodgers pitching, when the starting pitching is on, you could tell that they're like unhittable, right? I mean, because think about it, the Dodgers have basically like we talked about this at the beginning of the year. They have like 3 or 4 guys that would be number 1 on any team, and they're all on the same team. Talking about like number 1 starting pitcher, right?
Yeah,
and they're all on the same team. It's crazy.
Yeah, and you look at what the Dodgers are sending out. So when they do face Pods, that's their best 3, their big 3 right there.
Yeah,
Snell, Glasnow, Yamamoto. Those are their 3 top starters, and Roberts purposely has scheduled it to have those guys go against Padres for the last time you face them. So if anything's going on, it's up to you to take the win, and that's a good way to line things up. I think starting Snell just to pour salt in the wound on the first game. I love that idea.
Then Rumar is saying, always good to see Manny strike out. Yeah, especially at the end of the series. I mean, that was super fun, right? Think about that was the last moment of the whole series, seeing him strike out. It's fun.
Yeah, he didn't show up that whole entire series at all. No, he did not.
Totally disappeared, but yeah. And then what else we got? We got Steven saying Vesia coming up huge, in the 9th inning. And then 8th inning too. 8th inning, getting the Dodgers out of that jam, right? Because he came in, sure he gave up that tying run, but that run wasn't charged to Vesia. That wasn't. Yeah. But he came in and closed the door, right? Because the Padres could have took the lead there in the 8th inning. Weren't for Vesia.
Yeah, I think he only had to throw 7 pitches in that 8th.
Yeah.
So that's why he was still 7 or 8 pitches. So that's why he definitely was going to the 9th. If he pitched 15 to 20 pitches in that 8th inning, I don't think he comes in the 9th.
No.
You got to bring someone else in.
Yeah. So luckily he was able to get the pitch count down, and that was a big moment for sure. We also got Raider Man saying, I'd rather have Scott than Yates.
Man, I mean, the rehab assignment counts, and then their first game back, what they do, and then you can make your decision off that. It's hard to, when they're coming from injury, to be able to say, I want this guy over this guy until I see him actually pitch.
Yeah. Well, but see, the thing is, I think both of these guys, when they do get healthy, are going to be with the Dodgers, and I just see them going back to the roles they had before, Brad. I mean, I can't see them just like being pushed off and be like, oh yeah, you guys have been struggling, but so we're just gonna sit you on the bench, and it's just not going to happen. We're going to see them go back to their roles that they had previous to their injury, because of they were both signed for a lot of money in the offseason. Tanner Scott has a long-term deal with the Dodgers. Kirby Yates, I believe, is just a one-year deal, but still got a lot of money. But like I said, both of these guys are just going to go back to their roles as relief pitchers for the Dodgers, and probably get the same amount of innings that they were getting prior to their injuries. Because right now the Dodgers are overusing like Alex Vesia. I mean, he's pitching a lot. They don't want to completely overuse him before the playoffs.
Yeah, because they need long relief. Because if you got guys that are just only going 5.5 innings or only going 6 innings, you got to have long relief guys. Otherwise, you're going to use a guy for every single inning throughout the rest of the game. So a 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, like that's 4 pitchers that you have to use to close out a game. So it's like for the Dodgers to have someone who can go to, I think a long relief is key there. And when the rosters expand too, towards the playoff time too, that's a big deal for them. But how do you make room? There's guys that cannot be up there if you're going to try and bring. Because look, you got Sasaki, Tanner Scott, Kirby Yates, and Kopech all getting better who aren't on the active roster.
Yeah.
When those guys come back, what kind of changes do the Dodgers have to make to facilitate those guys going back in to the roles that you're talking about that they've always had?
Man, I just hope they come back in the next 10 days, because, I mean, the Dodgers have, 10 games in a row? They got 4 against the Rockies, 3 against San Diego, and then 3 against Cincinnati. No days off for the next 10 days. So, I mean, you really hope they can get somebody back soon, because that's a lot of games in a row, especially when you're trying to win a division.
Well, once again, they got people rehabbing, so they're getting closer. We got a lot. Dude, there's even more coming in here.
A lot of people. We appreciate everybody who's popping on and commenting. We'll try to get to everybody's comments. It is a lot of people, but appreciate it. We got
definitely.
What is it? Steven saying totally could be Scott, but we'll see when he's good and healthy. He was. Yeah, I mean, that's what I said. When Tanner Scott is healthy, because I think the last few outings that we saw for Tanner, he probably was already dealing with the injury he had because I think he didn't look 100%. Recently,
yeah.
And now hopefully now he comes back and he's fully healthy and can make a difference.
David Catalano saying what the Dodgers bullpen blown saves is 21.
That's crazy.
If that number's correct, that is a lot.
That's too much.
And that shows why they're one of the last place bullpens in all of baseball. That's
still in first place, though.
Still in first place. That's how you have to look at it.
Yeah.
Once again, different team than last year. Last year, your starters was depleted completely. Now you have a solid starting unit, and then you got all these guys coming back. It's the perfect storm still, man. The perfect storm is coming back because pretty much everyone who's out, except for the guys who are out until next year, are all back in September at some point.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to ask you. I remember now. I mean, so what about like the Dodgers, as we know this year, went 0-6 against the Milwaukee Brewers. And the Brewers, as we know, seem like they can't lose a game right now. They've been the hottest team in baseball. And that, they're starting to separate themselves from the rest of the National League as the number 1 seed. What do you think about that, Brad? I mean, it's going to be tough, I think, now to catch Milwaukee for that number 1 seed, to get home field through the playoffs and, because a tiebreaker and all that. But so what are your thoughts on the Brewers and the Dodgers, in a potential NLCS, knowing the Dodgers went 0-6 against Milwaukee this year?
Well, yeah, that's a good point. We didn't have the best Dodger team fired up for those losses, but I feel like they are playing over their head. I'm going to say that. I don't think they're as good of a team as they're portraying themselves out to be, and the numbers they're putting up. I just think they're just all playing and grooving at the right time. It's that gel moment where all the players are kind of buying into what needs to be done, and they're continuing to get victories. So
I think they peaked too early. I think they peaked way too early.
And we've talked about that all the time. That is one of those things that you cannot do, especially that's why the longer the Dodgers stay off the big winning streak and the big blowouts, I think the better towards the end of the season, because then it just gives them all the momentum that they need to task at hand, and let's run it back again.
Yeah, that's what I think they peaked a little bit too early. And yeah, I think it is realistic to say though that the Dodgers are going to have a hard time catching that number one seed. You hope Milwaukee can lose in the NLDS or something, but in a potential NLCS between both teams, yeah, the home field is not going to be there. But the Dodgers still, I think, have to be favored in that series because of the names that they have, the experience that they have that Milwaukee definitely does not have. You have to feel confident the Dodgers can get the job done. Despite, I know it's kind of crazy. They went 0-6, but I mean it's gonna be a talking point, right? If it gets to that, if the Dodgers and Brewers do play for the World Series, which I think would be a really fun series. But yeah, they got to get that. They have to lock up number 2 though, right? I mean, now it's between Philadelphia and the Dodgers, right? And they're gonna play 3 times in LA next month. That might be to lock up that number 2 seed so you don't have to go to the wild card round. That's what the Dodgers are going to have to focus on the next few weeks, get that number 2 seed.
I don't like the idea of them having to play Milwaukee. I definitely don't like that.
Yeah.
In the playoffs. I know that you say it'll be a good series, and it would be a good series, but I don't know. I think if they can get into your head or something like that, there's a team that can get into your head because they took you out. They swept you twice. So it's like in their mind, you're nothing that special. We've beat you before. We've swept you twice. So I always feel that little mind trip that you get could be dangerous because if they get ahead of you right off the bat, then you're already admitting defeat. And how do you respond back? What if they shellac you the first game and you're beat 10-2 and you're just like, yeah, they took care of us. And then you're emotionally beat, physically beat, and mentally beat at that point. So I don't like them facing Milwaukee. I don't think that's a good pick for them. I think you want to go through someone else to get to the World Series.
Yeah, you just got to hope Milwaukee can lose that NLDS. I mean, that's going to be the thing. You got to hope there's a shock in the first round because most likely Milwaukee is going to win that. We'll still a lot of games to go, but I mean they're just winning way too many games. It's going to be tough for anybody to catch them.
Yeah, exactly. Here's one. Rumor Spencer. Dodgers bullpen guys have two consistent in finishing off games, regain that killer instinct finishing opponents, mainly Tanner Scott when he returns, Kirby, Kopech, and Trinan. I mean, that's what Rumar's saying. I like that. And those are that goes back to what you're saying. Those are the guys who did it in the past. Those are the guys who were in those positions. So put them back in those positions and help you get to the promised land.
Well, yeah, and I think they're going to go back to their positions because, these guys are, they're not just scrub players. I mean, I think that's people have to understand that. I mean, the Dodgers have an all-star team, right? They went out and they spent a lot of money, which is, obviously over redundant now. But the Dodgers have spent money in every position that you could think of, and they're going to stick by these guys, right? I mean, that's just the way it works when you have these kind of teams. They're not going to tell Tanner Scott, you're going to AAA or something. Obviously he's in AAA right now because of his injury, but they're not going to demote Tanner Scott and some fans are saying to bench him and all that, leave him off the playoff roster. It's just not going to happen, Brad. I don't think it will.
But the more the other guys do good, the more your Robleskis do good, your Jack Dryers do good, Enrique does
it just puts
good,
pressure on them, but I just can't see them leaving off one of these guys. I mean, do you think they would actually leave one of those 3 names off of the playoff roster if they're healthy?
Depends on their body of work towards the end of the season too. We're making that assumption without them actually pitching again after injury. So let's see what they do after injury. And then there's a lot of decision making to be done at that point.
But what does that tell Tanner Scott with the long-term relationship that they have with him?
Don't blow saves.
I know. I'm just saying because he's going to be back next season. He's going to be back with the Dodgers next year. I mean, I can't see the Dodgers giving up on him after one season, no matter what year he has.
They give you – Dodgers are going to – they're going to give it a chance. Yeah,
they are.
Maybe it's just with an injury situation. But, I mean, still – okay, so he has his assignments. You bring him up. You send him in. Let's say he blows 2 saves.
Yeah. What do you do then?
Toward the end of the year? Yeah. Then you have to, does he get left off the roster?
Yeah.
I mean, for the first round. I don't know.
And players don't want to be left off the roster. No baseball player wants to do that. So, That's like
No,
the
they're
worst
trying to
thing
get-
you could do to him, you know.
Yeah, they're trying to get on the roster.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things why if you look at a position player like Tommy Tanks,
Yeah.
like, he needs to be on the roster. So they know that, hey, look, if it takes us all the way through September to get Tommy's ankle fully healed so it's 100%, then we want him back in. We want him on the roster for the playoffs. So he's a guy who wouldn't really have to even show as long as he's 100%
Oh, yeah.
healthy in that
NLCS MVP. Come on. Yeah.
They're putting him back in that.
Yeah. Tommy Edman has to be on the roster. And you just
And
hope that he plays good. That's it.
Yeah, you look at Max Muncy, same deal. Max Muncy is going to be coming back more towards postseason for sure. So they're going to have to do Pax work and to get to that point. Hey, did you hear that when Kershaw pitches the final game in Colorado, the final against Colorado, Kershaw will make $1 million from that start.
Wow. Why is that?
His contract was $8.5 million in incentives, what he had, right?
Yeah.
And so he got $1 million for $2.5 million if he was on the roster for 30 days, right?
Yeah.
So he made that, right?
Yeah.
$2.5 million. Another $1 million for 60 days on the roster, so he made that. Another $1 million for 90 days on the roster, he made that. And then he also made $1 million on his 13th start, his 14th start,
Jesus.
his 15th start, and then this will be his 16th start. Will be the last of incentives. So he will complete it $8.5 million in incentives just by being healthy, staying on the roster, and getting 16 starts.
Man, I want Clayton Kershaw's agent. I mean, Jesus.
Dude,
I want
like the incentive.
Yeah.
8.5. He's probably took 30 days today. Let's go. Check the bank account. That's 2.5 mil.
Yeah, I mean, that's crazy, man. That's awesome. I mean, yeah, Kershaw has been, great for the Dodgers last few starts. I mean, Friday really came up and stepped up and had a great start. I mean, this guy was incredible against San Diego. You know, using all the off-speed pitches. We know right now doesn't have the velocity he used to have, but he's able to work with what he has, and he completely shut San Diego down on Friday.
Yeah, and that should be a lesson to starters that lose velocity. If you lose velo and you lose 5 miles an hour on your fastball, but you have filthy, nasty other pitches, it's like, well, you've got to reinvent yourself as a pitcher and start playing different ball. You got to pitch differently. I
like this comment here from Raider Man saying the Cubs will get past the Brew Crew in the playoffs. Because you imagine Cubs Dodgers? I mean, that would be fun. Another team that really gave the Dodgers trouble this year, but that would be a fun series.
I like that. I'd much rather see Dodgers Cubs doing that for sure.
Imagine Justin Turner playing the Dodgers. That'd be fun.
Yeah, the Red Dream, dude.
Yeah.
He's done, man. I'm just sad that we couldn't end as a Dodger.
Yeah, I know. That's awesome, but it's too bad. But, yeah, what else we got? We got a lot of comments. Appreciate it, David. Appreciate the support.
Yeah,
also,
thanks, man.
Yeah, and then
we don't see that very often.
Not too often, yeah.
Yeah, a little money put in there. Thanks, brother.
And then what else we got? We got Steven saying, I say trade Scott in the offseason for bat. We need to reboot the hitters. That's what Steven said. Trade Tanner Scott.
What is it a 3-year deal or is it a 5-year deal?
I think it's a 3-year deal. 3-year deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, we'll have to look into that one.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I don't know.
Hey,
it's not gonna happen though.
You see what Raider Man
What
says? Does Shohei get a playoff start?
Oh yeah. Here we go. I mean, that's a big question there. I mean, for me, I think if everybody's healthy, I don't know how we fit Shohei in for that. I mean, I don't know.
How do you, right?
I just can't. I just think if everybody's back, I just think about Yamamoto and Glasnow and Snell, and then Roki Sasaki. It's like, I don't know. How do you fit Ohtani there?
What if you don't have Roki? Let's take a look at this. Let's do this okay, Sasaki, let's just say Sasaki's out, right?
Yeah.
You don't get him back this year.
Yeah.
So is your lineup Snell, Glasnow, Yamamoto, and Kershaw?
Yeah.
Is that your lineup right there?
Yeah.
And Sheehan doesn't get factored in and Shohei doesn't get factored in.
I don't think so. I think if Kershaw's healthy, the way he's been pitching, he is going to be a playoff starter. Right? I mean, I can't see him. I can't see them leaving Kershaw off the playoff starting rotation because he's been pretty consistent for the Dodgers this year.
So what if you had Sheehan who doesn't start, and then you have Snell, Glasnow, Yamamoto, Kershaw, and Shohei.
I mean, yeah, that's a possibility as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think Shohei. I mean, we saw what happened. What is it? A few days ago, Shohei Ohtani getting the start. Really struggled off, with the bat that day. What was it on Wednesday? He went he pitched deep into the game. It was like as long was it 80 pitches I think on Wednesday last week. It was a while ago, but he went pretty deep in the game. And I think with the bat he looked, he got the lead on the triple in the first inning. But then after that, he was basically done offensively, and I think it has a lot to do with him pitching. I don't know, pitching and hitting is just it's a bit too much. I think it's hard to do it at the level that the Dodgers want Ohtani to do it, especially not giving him any days off before and after starts, like we predicted months ago. The Dodgers were not going to give him any days off, and that's exactly what the Dodgers are doing. They don't want to give Ohtani any days off.
That's it. Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty much agreeing with you on that. I don't think that maybe he definitely doesn't pitch for postseason. Why would you even have to use him if all your starters, the guys that you have in place, without him on the list, are doing their job and getting you, quality starts and getting you into the sixth inning or out of the sixth or into the seventh? Then why would you do that? You want his bat. Number one, you want his bat always first and his pitching second. So
I think that's what people forget. I think people forget that Ohtani is the greatest hitter in baseball right now, right? I mean, come on. Why would you want the best hitter in baseball, sacrificing that so he could pitch on, and pitch for the Dodgers too? I mean, I think he's done it, right? He's done the two-way player thing for the Dodgers, and he's going to continue to do it next season as well. But come playoff time, I think the Dodgers will take a step back as an organization on that. Sure, we might see Ohtani come in and close out a game. They have a lead, and that would be fun to watch, right? But you say, like I said before, he comes in, closes the game out, blows the game, Ohtani's out, and the bat's gone too.
Yeah, so you have to be prepared to pitch in 2 innings.
Yeah.
Like, if it's the end of the game, like he comes in the 9th, but you're prepared to have him pitch in the 10th. So he stays in the game. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like that. Here's the okay. I'd love to see it happen. I'd love to see him hit a home run, like a clutch home run in a game, and close out a game, like just in the history books, because it'll never be done probably ever again, or at least not in our lifetime.
No.
So I'd like to see him do that. But here's the problem with that. I think that he would overthrow being brought into close because he's such a competitor.
Yeah.
And so I think that actually could hurt him in the long run, because he's going to come in hyped up, amped up, bottom 9th to close something out, and he's going to overthrow. And I already feel like he overthrows a little bit on what he's doing this year. I feel like he's throwing harder than he probably should. And that's just my thoughts on it. And I could be completely wrong. I'm not a pro at that stuff, but I don't think that's a good idea for him, because I think he could overthrow and hurt himself, and then you don't have him. So then where are you at?
Yeah, and I think Ohtani has never been a closer in his career.
Yeah.
So how do you expect? I don't know. I think it's hard to all of a sudden, imagine if he never closes a game ever in the regular season, right? Let's say they never have him do that this regular season, and they tell him in Game 3 or Game 4 of the NLDS, go out and close the game. I mean, do you think the Dodgers will realistically do that? Never have him come out of the bullpen in his career to close out a game, and then have him do it for the first time in his career in a playoff game?
No, they'd have to see it before. Yeah, like Buehler, right?
Yeah.
Like he'd come in before,
before doing
situation. That. Yeah. But I think who would you trust more, if you had Buehler back there to close it out, or Shohei to close it out, where you really needed to win, and it was between those two guys? I'd probably go Shohei if it was my choice.
Yeah, I mean, Shohei Ohtani has all the he's a great pitcher. He's not like a bad pitcher or anything. I'm just saying, I just think that the Dodgers right now are, really focused on having him be, the number one hitter for them, and that's never going to change, right? For the foreseeable future, he is going to be the designated hitter for the Dodgers and is going to play every single game, right? I mean, and that's the priority here for the Dodgers.
No, here's one from 818 Larkia or something. Ohtani has a 7th ranked.
Oh yeah, he closed out the WBC. That's right.
Yeah, since the ASP, and he's pitching. Y'all think he's the miracle man? I tell you what, a guy like him doesn't come around very often, and The last guy I think you could even say that is obviously the Babe Ruth comparison is going to be in the same conversation. So he is a miracle man. Nobody does what he's done so far.
I love that song, Miracle Man from Ozzy. Great track.
Right? Yeah. Hey, rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Ozzy, man. Yeah.
Here's one, Douglas Anderson. Brad, I would like to see Freeland start hitting with consistently. That's what I said too. I want to make him to make the playoff roster. He's great defense in the infield. He is good. He's got more range. You got to give him credit. He's got more range than Max, but he's not as smart as Max at the plate.
Yeah, for sure. And then
Max will get you some walks when you need him too, as well, and he'll get you some clutch home runs.
Yeah, I mean, I think Max Muncy is a clutch player that hopefully can be healthy and be a part of the Dodgers playoff run. I want to see him do well this year because it's a big year for him on a personal level, contract year. And, you know, why would you not want to root for the guys to have a good year and then get a big contract? I mean, come on. As a fan, you want to see your favorite players get that happen to you, you know?
Yeah. I took a lot of heat on my Max Muncy talk earlier this season from a lot of different people. And you know what? I'll take it back because if Max comes in and does something for the team, which I feel like he's already had an impact to get the Dodgers where they are now, but if he comes back and is an impact in the playoffs too as well, there's no reason why you don't bring him back for even another one more year contract.
Yeah.
Or something like that. Yeah, I do believe I'm officially saying it now, so there's a receipt of that Max Muncy will be a Dodger next year too as well.
Wow. Here we go. August 18th.
But after that, I'm not going after that. Next year he'll be a Dodger, but not after that.
There we go. Makes sense. Okay. Well, Brad, we're coming to an end here. I want to appreciate everybody for tuning in today. I don't know if you have anything else for us here as we close it out.
Well, here's one last one. MP says, Muncy cannot stay healthy. How many years is it going to take to realize that? Well, the reason the Dodgers are where they're at, Muncy has had a big hand in helping the Dodgers get the victories, and that's why they had the lead here. Muncy's clutch. If you can get him going in the postseason too, he's going to be solid. So I'm for Muncy. I take everything back. I like Muncy. Okay, let it be said. I like Muncy. All right,
funky Muncy.
4 against Colorado. Yamamoto, Sheehan, Shohei, Kershaw. Let's just get the sweep, huh?
Yeah.
And then
4 games.
Going to the Padres with 7 in a row.
I wish I could go to the games next weekend, man. Those are gonna be fun games to go, man.
I do too.
Yeah.
Remember, as you go through the day, always think Dodger blue, and let's go Dodgers.
Let's go Dodgers.